All right, we are back. We are back again. We were supposed to do it last week. Was it last? Yeah, it was last week
Yeah,
at this
that's
point.
last week.
Hard to keep track. It feels like Strongsville was weeks ago at this point.
I think that was a combination of bad lighting and
Yeah,
both of us were tired. So,
yeah.
in all fairness.
I left at around 9:30. Now, granted, we stopped at a card shop called Schaefer's. B. Roth and I stopped there. And we stopped for lunch first at Mays Drive-In, which is a great place in Pennsylvania. Good chain drive-in location. So we did that. As we're leaving the as we're leaving the place, Brian's like, "How long do you want to spend at Schaefer's?" And I'm like, and I'm thinking in my head, that means he probably wants to stay there for a while and take some time to go through things. Which I told him in response. I said, "You know what? I'm not gonna rain on your parade. We can stay
Right.
there as long as you want." But I was thinking, like, once we got there, Brian tends to kind of scope around, look to see what's there, and he picked up a few things actually that were pretty solid. But you know, I think I knew he was going to like the shop. It was exactly. Uh, I think all of us here would have liked it because you walk in, it's not your traditional card shop with wax boxes everywhere. It's you know
Well,
Hey,
he's working too, right? I mean, that's kind of what
yeah,
he does. He's working.
yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah. So he picked up a few things. I actually picked up a few things. I thought Jake Legends Never Die would have bought two of those. I bought two Redmans for a really good price, and I really thought that Jake was going to buy them, but I don't think Jake ever got around to my table. So
It was nutty
yeah, I
at the
know.
trade night. It was kind of nutty.
And he's full time now too.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah,
I
that
do know he started like his LLC, but I didn't know if it was official that he's full
I
time.
think so. I thought it
Okay.
was. It seemed like that was the impression was that he's
Okay.
full time now. Um, with his he with his the Virgil collection. So
Right.
um, he was tempting me to buy some things. I told him because we're in the same fantasy league. I told him I'd trade Ozzy Albies for a few cards if he wanted to go that route.
How's he
So
doing this year, Ozzy Albies?
he's doing good. He's
All
starting
right.
to cool off a little bit, but he's doing well.
I got a bunch of his rookie cards. That's the only reason I ask.
Yeah, the Ozzy Albies market is starting to take off.
It's
You
gonna
better.
boom.
If what is it that they do? What is it? A lot of the modern collectors do. It's like hold. What is it? Hold, sell, or buy.
Right,
Hold,
exactly.
hold, stay steady.
Hold.
Hold. All right, man. Let's do the roll call. We got a full panel tonight, so we want to get to them as well. So Andrew is back. It's good to have him back. Good to have you back, Andrew. Good to see you, my friend. Steve with a PH, one of the happiest people I know. Mr. Bay, I'm hoping to see you at Garfield on Sunday. I emailed you, and hopefully we'll see you. So get that. Let's make sure we can get an artichoke run. Something that he'll understand. All right, all right. Ruben is here. What was the main sponsor for the frat house? And Jason rightfully said Yingling beer.
There it
Although,
is.
yeah,
Leftovers.
there you go, man. I'm drinking some Zadies
Nice.
out of a glass. So, all right. Mike J. Hawker is here. Good evening, sir. Andy is here. Mr. Mangini. Yeah, I mean, what else is new?
Cool cards too, John, though. Very
Yeah, I
cool
mean, it's
cards.
it's still fresh in everybody's mind. So I figured, we'd have one last hurrah before we kind of move on to the next big thing. Keith, Lonely Basement is here. What's up, Keith? And Jim at the bank. What's up, Jim? Is this a first preview for 2027 Strongsville? No,
Yes, it
not.
is. Yes, it
Oh,
is.
okay.
Let's talk about next year.
Yeah. Well, I guess that will sort of come up. I guess naturally, everybody's thoughts and on 2026 and what that means for 2027. I suppose.
Yep.
So get your get your want lists ready. 2027 is knocking on your door. So, right. Orlando is here. What's up, Orlando? Adam's car closet having a chipper evening, I hope. Man. We'll be talking to Mrs. Artichokes. That's funny. Brian Hodges, what's up, buddy? Good to have you here. Bruce is here. Diamond Gems, Storkzilla. Yes, having a good evening for sure. And Yank Me Card Steve. We were talking about the channel, weren't we? We were mentioning like
Yes.
Yank Me, and all of a sudden everyone just started going.
I do have to tell you, I did meet somebody on Sunday who said he met you, and he knows me from Cardboard and Cold Ones. A gentleman by the name of John from Philly. He said he met you once. Bigger guy, like a big, not like big, but just a bigger guy. Real nice guy. And I said, I'll make sure I shout you out. I believe it was John. I'm terrible with names, but I'll shout him out. So there's the shout out.
And you got Lou Rock and James is here. So let's bring in our panel. I'll just bring them all at once.
Bring them all in.
That's the easiest thing. Doug, Jason, Aaron, and Kyle. What's up, gents?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Thanks
Long
for taking
time no see.
Yeah. a lot of 2 to 3 a.m. sessions at the house.
Yeah, you guys are killing me.
Even though Kyle and I are kind of like we're unofficial frat house members because we didn't stay at the frat house.
Correct.
But we spent a lot of time there. Kyle comping things for everybody.
Kyle was working. Kyle was working.
And I think Joe was the only one that paid him, and Jason paid him in friendship.
Yeah, I paid him with love.
Did Joe pay you something, Kyle? He gave you something, didn't he?
Yeah, he gave me a Bob Feller autograph ball, actually.
Oh,
have it right here.
That's pretty. That's right. That's pretty sweet.
All right, now you're making me feel bad. Now I got to do something.
You covered my dinner partially one night, Jason. You're good to go.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Aaron too, I think. Yeah.
Yes,
so
Aaron did as well.
High five on that one, Jason. Yeah, we did that.
But I can, it definitely. I was Keith. I'm seeing Keith's comment. The frat house ran out of parking. That was
big
an issue.
time. Yeah,
that was definitely an issue because everybody either had an SUV or a mini SUV or a truck.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody had a sedan. I can't say.
I think Gary, Phil did.
Yeah, Phil did.
Yeah, the Gary mobile.
It's incredible. Those guys drove all the way from Florida.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's wild.
Yeah, they were out by 8 p.m. each night.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame them. I mean, they're behind the table, and pretty much, I guess, like right before the show started, Aaron and Joe cleaned out Phil.
got a couple things.
Don't forget Matt. Don't forget Matt in that too.
Oh, Matt as well. Yeah,
Matt picked up a thing or two.
Yeah. So Matt can't join us, and I know Joe can't join us. Matt can join us because he's traveling, I believe. And,
yeah, I believe so for work.
And Joe for work as well. Joe can't.
Yes.
So, but the dog could be here.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was muting. My dog's going nuts over here. So,
I mean, the one thing I could take away from it all was everybody seemed to be in high spirits despite all the concerns and everything. And I think everybody, it seems like everybody that I talked to ended up picking up stuff that they're just super, super pleased about. And it wasn't just like, it wasn't just one card. It seemed like it was 2 or 3 or more. And so I would say that there's a high possibility that I could see a lot of people returning back next year. So, I mean, I know that's, a topic that's been talked to death. So I figured we'd get this out of the way now so we can, talk about other things. But are you guys going to come back next year?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I don't really have a choice. I live 20 minutes away. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're right around the corner, so I figured, it's easy for you to get there.
If it were to remain in that same location, not only would we go there again, I think we'd probably book the same room or the same or the same house.
Yeah.
I mean, it was perfect. Yeah, it was perfect.
We didn't really get a chance to play poker, but that's okay.
That's all right. I tried to get JT to play. He kind of ignored me. I was anxious for that.
Well, he needed his money to buy that exhibit by Cobb.
And I thought he was gonna teach me a little bit. I'm still learning, so. I did have to ask Kyle. So how is family life? Is all good now, right?
Yep, I'm allowed to do this. So definitely all good. Wife was, I mean, just jokingly,
Of course.
upset, but we're all good.
But you got young ones. I get it. I would have been the same
Well,
thing.
yeah, the timing of the show was not great because coming out of that, we have my son's first birthday party on Saturday. So we're coming out of that, going straight into planning for a 50-person party, which is
Wow.
great. But nope, all good.
Good. And Jason, what'd you think? First time Frat? I know I met you the year before at Strongsville. This was your first time meeting a couple of the guys in the house, right?
Yeah, this was crazy for me. I'm not a social person, actually. I'm a scientist. I kind of stay to myself, so it forced me to be interactive. But everyone is so great. And one thing I would say is, like, when we talk about poker or whatever, we were so jacked up on cards and like the love of the game auction. It's all we talked about.
Yeah.
Everyone who thought, oh, like we were doing something other than talking about cards, no, we were just talking about cards the entire time.
We didn't even drink that much beer. I brought 2 cases. There was over a case left. I mean, because there was so much going on. By the time we got to the house, we were all exhausted, and then Saturday was full blown love of the game, and everyone's staying up till 2:30 in the morning to see who's winning what. I think one of the auctions kind of was contingent on possibly multiple people buying off of other people. So there was a lot of, even people outside of the house had vested interest in what was happening in that auction. So
yeah, that was crazy. I got back. I told my wife, I said, we had like 10 beers left over. She's like, how many did you buy? I said, 12.
right.
Well, the thing is, I think everybody was so, at least I can speak for myself here, is that I felt at times I was very dehydrated.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
I think it's a combination of being on our feet all day and not drinking enough water while we're walking the floor, which I should have done. I typically always try to have a full water bottle all the time, but alas, this time I slipped.
I think they were hydrating on Thursday night with Billy, hydrating out of the trunk of a car. I think a few people partook in that, or actually it was extra special dehydration.
But speaking of cards, I will show the first one because the person who sold it to me is here right now, and let me see how I can do this. There we go. Perfect. And Aaron sold me this. See if I can do it without the glare, but unfortunately, this is the best you're going to get. So, Aaron, thank you so much. You were sorting through your box for trade night, and I don't even think you I mentioned in the video that I picked this out, but really what happened was that you found it, took it out, and you're like, hey, I thought you might like this, and I'm like, I do like that very much.
It belongs with you.
yeah, it's so I like the 67, which is one that I had the 67, but I kind of like the look of the 66 a little bit better because it's a fuller profile shot of Mays, and he doesn't really smile on a lot of his cards, so I kind of thought, well, he's smiling here, or sort of giving a look. And he's doing that, he's doing the thing where he's like throwing the ball into the mid, probably picking it up, throwing it back in, and so forth. And, in most cases, with most Venezuelan cards, this one obviously has suffered the paper loss, probably in a photo album at one point. So, thank you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say, guys, and it's my first time experiencing this, I've heard it from others. I've heard it from Joe. I've heard it from Aaron, even Doug. Typically, when I go to a show, all the money's spent, right? I'll spend every nickel, every dime that I have. This is the first time I went to the show. I came back with money, and not only that, I spent more money in the house and with prearranged deals, which I think most of us did, than actually at the show, except for Jason. You got some pretty big stuff at the show. I know that. So, but this was the first time ever. Like, I think I spent maybe like $200-300 at the show, and the rest of the budget went to prearranged or buys in the house. Fair to say that was everybody?
Yeah, I was 10 out of 12. So
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have anything prearranged, but I had fun spending everybody else's money at the show.
You behaved. You were pretty tame.
I was.
Show.
I was.
Doug was my professional buyer for certain dealers.
Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah.
We want to bring
would
that up.
be, Jason?
We can talk about it.
Get me in trouble.
If Doug wants to talk about it, though, he wants to get banned from the kingdom like me.
Let's just say he was brokering the deal for you. We'll just...
Yeah.
There you go.
I was making an illegal purchase, and Doug broke that for me.
I had to step in.
Yeah,
cut the best deal possible.
That's right.
Hey, Doug did a good job negotiating. I probably would have done a lot worse. So, get a good deal on it.
But it was a stunning piece, an absolute stunning piece.
Yes, yes.
As a fellow collector of this person, I completely support this decision.
Yeah, do you have it? You can show it, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me pivot and give you the screen. There you go. Yeah, look at that monster.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
That's nice.
I'm glad I bought that.
Yeah, Doug, I'm glad I bought it from Doug.
Jason went big. You went a lot of big stuff. A lot of awesome stuff.
Yeah, I was. I told Doug before we had a little pre-show as well, and I told Doug like I was ready for that show. I had sold a collection. I sold my Maze collection actually off, and I was ready for it. So just trying to find the big card there. I didn't have a target. I didn't have like a big card to pick up, and there happened to be one there that I was really happy to pick up that I was really not even expecting to be there. So, I picked up the Johnson, the Cracker Jack.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And that was just, I think if it wouldn't have been there, I probably would have like everyone else came home with money.
Right.
But that one was there and it was the right condition. And it's funny, as soon as I bought it, I had like 3 other people come and tell me they were going to buy it. Like Tony, Josh, they all came up to me and said like, yeah, like if you hadn't bought that card, it was on my list to buy. So I don't think it would have lasted past Saturday, honestly.
Where'd you buy it from?
His name was Og.
Oh yeah, I met him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
like Ryan Og
the first row.
Yeah, right in the first, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Up from Ash,
Yep.
real close to the first of that row. Yeah, I saw it a couple times. I think I looked at it 6 times before I bought it. I was just wanted to make sure, I had Doug look at it. But yeah, it was. In fact, it's a 14. Like it just made it so much special.
Yeah.
When I initially saw it,
John,
I was looking over shoulders of people and kind of viewing it. I thought it was a 15. It was so clean. And we got talking later on in the show, and I said, "Hey, did you see that 15 Cracker Jack Walter Johnson?" He goes, "No, but I seen a 14. It looks real nice." So he took me over there, and I'm like, "Oh, that's just awesome. That's an awesome car." I thought it was a 15. It was so clean.
Yeah, the one thing I was trying to tell people about our house was it was like a museum in comparison to even the show. The stuff that was in that building, you weren't even going to see a lot of that at the show, to include everybody other than me. So like everybody had something that was just massive in my mind. I mean, it was a real treat. And we did that. We brought cards except for me because everyone's seen my stuff, but everybody else had brought some pretty amazing stuff just to kind of hang out and share. So we had a good time doing that as well.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
And you did a break. Didn't you do a video, Jason?
Yeah. So there was a collector there that is well known in the 90s community. He had a 99 SP signature box, which has like a Griffey auto, Frank Thomas, Stan Musial. It's a very loaded product. You get 1 auto per pack. And so I bought it, and I told Doug I was going to do a break if I found a box there. And I actually brought some of my, like equipment to be able to do a break. And so we did the 99 break while I was there. After we got back from trade night, I believe we did that break. So it was pretty late. And it was between trade night and everyone talking about Love of the Game auction. I snuck a break in. So the biggest card I picked up in that break was a Willie McCovey auto, but still that's pretty fun. I've never broke that product. And one of my challenges on my channel that I'm doing is I'm trying to open every wax box from the 90s. So I've almost opened 100 different wax boxes from the 90s so far.
That's got. I mean, that box couldn't have been cheap. I don't want to know what it was, but I mean, that's a big box.
It was expensive for sure.
Yeah.
And that's why I haven't opened it because it's just it's probably top 10 most expensive boxes from the 90s.
Okay.
Did you keep all the cards yourself, or did you sell off the teams?
I do my own breaks. I don't break for
Okay.
anyone else because I just don't want to deal with that kind of hassle. I do have people contact me and say, "Hey, I saw you got this card. Will you sell it?" But I just don't want to have to deal with that kind of hassle of breaking for other people. This is just, I want to document what it was like to open product in the 90s, like, because some of the stuff is going to be gone. You're never going to see it again.
Right.
Some of these boxes I can't even find, and so it's just cool to me to say, oh, what was like a 99 EX Century box like to open, to have some videos of people open those boxes. I think that just documenting the hobby is kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to pull like massive cards. Even if I do, it's kind of a side benefit.
That's a great concept. When you told me that, I'm like, that's a great idea. I have to ask, Aaron, how did you do at trade night? Did you do all right?
That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. Did not really expect that, but yeah, definitely shifting up my collection quite a bit. So, yeah,
I thought the bulk of what you brought was gone, right?
What's that?
The bulk of what you brought to trade night sold, did it not?
I think all of it, like literally 5 cards. It was kind of ridiculous. Yeah, it was not expected. I thought I'd sell some, but I definitely did not think it would be that type of quantity and process. And yeah, it was good. I mean, it forced me. I'm definitely shifting significantly because I moved a lot of the just classic, iconic kind of stuff. Everything I brought that I was considering getting rid of moved. So
are you going?
Here I go.
Are you now going pre-war to junk wax? Is that the motivation to move to
completely? Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe ultra modern on your end.
Yeah, it's all into 87 Donruss. That's really
I love that.
Yeah,
Maddox rookie. Oh, the Maddox rated rookie, the Bo Jackson rated rookie.
I
McGuire.
thought you were the
so
91
many-
Flair guy, Sammy.
What's that?
I thought you were the 91 Flair guy.
Yeah, it depends on the day. If it's a rainy day, Flair 91. If it's a bright sunny day, it's Donruss 87.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now,
I'm not
Doug,
gonna lie.
Doug, did you pick? I know you've got one card, right? Did you pick you?
I picked up one card on the last day. I just couldn't leave without picking up something to remember the show by. I got this off of Stan. It's
Let me give you this. Let me give you the
Yeah.
screen. There you go, Doug.
It is a E95 Eddie Seacott.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sneaky card too. That's a sneaky card.
Yeah. I was able to pick up my T207 Eddie Seacott to finish out my T207 Red Sox team set. So I seen this one, and this is one I used to own a number of years ago, and I traded it off, and I kind of wanted it back.
No, that's a great card. That's fantastic.
The eye appeal on that is stunning in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great card.
Jason also bought an E95 of Eddie Collins off of Stan also, and it's a beautiful card too.
Yeah, I love that card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Great. You guys are too high grade for me. It needs to look like a truck ran it over. I always say that.
I picked up my fair share of 1s and 1.5s at the show, though. I wasn't trying to grade snob the whole show. I've been kind of known to do that. That was one of my biggest critiques of my own collection was too many high grade cards and not enough cool cards.
Right. I don't have that problem, Jason. There's no high grades or grades period lately.
I know. Yeah, go ahead.
I've been collecting since '97 with PSA, so like $200 was a PSA 8 for some of these cards back in the day.
Right.
They're now $2,000, so it's kind of a relativity.
Yep. Now, Kyle, I know you're a high grade guy too. What'd you grab? Gonna share a little bit of what you grabbed?
I mean, I got this from the house. We were talking about the frat house. This came from Joe, 1931 Metropolitan Studios Branch Rickey.
Awesome piece.
It's not high grade. It has flaws down here and over here. Oh, come!
Point the
Orlando,
flaws out
you
of
ruined it.
Like
No
that.
hitter broken up.
Yeah.
So now you can focus. No.
Yeah,
no
I've been sitting here like turning my head all night. I got that. Let's see, graded wise. Picked up a E91A Jimmy Collins. You don't see those very often.
It's clean too.
Yeah, that was a last day pickup. Back is clean on it as well. Here's a low grade 1926 exhibits red roughing.
Perfect.
E220 Harry Heilman.
That's the first day, right?
Yeah, that was first day. I got that from Roger along with the 1926 exhibits, Joe Sewell. And then the big one was also first day, 1932 Bulgaria, Max Schmeling and Babe Ruth in a 4.5.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
So,
And you
those
were
are
looking
my-
to shop it and grade down like the next day, weren't we? Weren't we going to the show and looking for a 2, or if we can find anything and
pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I don't need a 4.5, but the price on the 4.5 was too good to pass up. So
Right.
yeah, but yeah, it was a good show. I got probably 15 minutes every day except for Sunday to walk around, and then Sunday I got an extra half hour to 45, and that's when I found the last 2 that was able to focus and snag those. But it was a blast. I loved that. I loved that show.
How did your shop do overall?
Really well.
For those who don't know, Kyle works at an LCS nearby.
Yep.
So you were working the show.
Yeah, I was with Cards in the Land on the modern side. For those who dared to venture to the dark side, you probably saw me. We were next to Greenies, and the shop did extremely well.
Good.
So we kept the shop open at the same time. A couple guys were working it back home, and then we just added to the revenue for the weekend, and it was huge.
That's awesome.
So, and we like a lot of dealers came up to us, a lot of customers and stuff like that. We had a very nice reputation built, just being helpful and kind and all that, which was really good for the shop. Got the sticker out there, got the name out there, and hopefully more foot traffic will come through the door from it. So,
did Phil Gary see you on Sunday by chance?
Yeah, I talked to Phil.
Okay.
Yep.
Did that happen or not? I shot him.
No.
Okay.
We have so much of what he was looking to move. It just didn't make too much sense for us.
Right.
But yeah, I talked to Phil quite a bit on Sunday.
Good. I didn't even see it. He just mentioned it, and I said, we'll talk to Kyle. And I forgot to go tell you that. So we were scooting out. I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't tell Kyle that Phil was going over there.
Yeah, Phil, actually, I got his opinion on this because there was some debate on if it was 25 or 26. And that debate's still occurring. But
you know who will have the answer for that, right? Just get a hold of Scott Stukes.
Yeah.
he'll be able to tell you all
The
of that.
encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Yep.
The vintage hobby encyclopedia.
Well, the letters are an 1/8 inch apart instead of a 16th. Therefore, it was printed in the December of 28 instead of on January of 29.
Yeah. to the finite detail.
Right.
Yep.
The modern side had good vintage. I mean, there was a dealer in the back corner that had some really nice stuff, and I picked up my Num Larry Doby on that side as well.
Yeah.
That dealer you're talking about, I'm assuming, was Roger. That's where these came from.
Yeah.
So,
Right. He was kind of up against the wall.
Yes.
On the far end. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sammy.
No, I was just gonna say he has like the special capsule-like display cases.
Yeah. One of my favorite dealers. Joe and I have built up a rapport with him. We met him 2 years ago, I think, at the Chicago Sports Spectacular. He is great to work with, and I thought his pricing was fair. If I'm not mistaken, Stephen with a PH got a massive deal from him on Sunday on a car.
That's what he just mentioned in the chat.
Yep. Yeah. He stopped by the booth right behind us and was showing that off. It was a beautiful card.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
All right.
So
the Man in Red. What did we pick up, Man in Red?
Well, I got one that has a grade on it that's above letters and low numbers. That was a fun one. That was off someone in the house. Of course, that was up from Joe. But that's
Sammy,
sorry,
do you have
Sammy.
that?
I know.
I do
Sammy's
not.
just mad right now. Yeah.
I think you were second.
I was just busting chops.
I think you were second in line if it didn't go to his lifelong friend.
No, listen, it's a great card. And I remember Rick picked his up, I think, at the National last year. So it's cool that Aaron got one as well. That is
I think
Well, Aaron, my Lefty Grove card I was looking for as well. I walked around the show and I came back and it's gone. And I'm at the house, I'm looking at Aaron's pile of cards. I'm like, right on top is the Grover Alexander. Like, well, at least it went to someone I like, but yeah, that is snooze you lose kind of deal right there.
Yeah, Grover Alexander. That was another one that is just the craziest thing because I think there's only a few of these graded, and I missed the one at auction at the end of last year, and I was so bummed. You know, you go into these auctions and you're like, I am going to get that card. That is the card. It never comes up. I've only seen 2 sell ever. And then it just starts going and going. You're like, why is this thing still going up? And then it just gets kind of the point where you're like, I'm not going to go that high. So I guess it's just never going to happen. And then there it is. So, yeah, I always kind of say Strongsville. What's that?
I had it in my hands, and if you overthink it, you just,
It is. They're so rare. It's one of those things. It's you just never know. So similar taste, obviously. It's why we're all on here together.
Yeah.
And what's funny is because you'll walk by cases and you'll just see, loads of 52 mantle and, 33 roofs and all that stuff. But then once you really start looking, stuff like that pops up, and it's the most random thing you'll find at Strongsville.
Can I mention, speaking of random, I know I've told this story to you guys and I've shared it a little bit, but the most random thing, talking about rarity, I'll just show it. Yeah. Picking this up.
Huge.
The story that's attached to this is pretty amazing. I told you guys I got tongue tied when I saw this thing. I've had a chance to buy this card in the past, but there was in a higher grade, and it's just way too much. So seeing this in a 1, I was like, it fits my budget nicely. So I go up, and I think they had it marked at like 5,500, and I knew I had the funds for it. And I had the enough funds for it, and I'm thinking, all right, that card's going to be mine, no matter how this goes. So I go up, and the woman behind the display case, she I was like, hey, can I take a look at that? And I'm looking at it, and I'm seeing what they have sold in the past for, just to gain some sort of reference. But obviously these are few and far between. They don't sell that much. So I was like, all right, I see this sold like 4 years ago for X amount of dollars. I'm like, all right. I gotta be somewhat close to the original price, but not too far away where I'm just gonna scare them away. So I asked her, I was like, and I tried to find the right words, and I couldn't find the right words. And what I wanted to say was, do you have any room on the price? But I was like, do you have any sort of and she's like, wiggle room? I'm like, yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Smooth.
She was very nice, and she said, well, what are you thinking? And I said, well, I'd be interested in buying this for, I think I offered like 4,900 on it. And so she was like, well, why don't you, I'll walk over to my husband who's sitting down, he's helping other people, and I'll let him know. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I followed over, and she explains to him, and he goes, I'll tell you what, if you come up to 5,000, it's yours. I'm like, okay, no problem. Let's do it. So the funny part of the story, besides the tongue-tied moment, was counting the cash. And she's helping somebody else. There's like 2 display cases. I'm putting my money on one display case, and then the other, she's lifting the display case for somebody else to look at something. And so the suction and the airflow that came from her closing the display case caused the money that I had to fly all over the place. Not far enough to where it was like a sweepstakes where people started like grabbing money on the floor, but enough to like where I had a mini heart attack. And so I was able to I think everybody understood. Like, people understood the assignment. It's like, okay, if the money got away, just give it back to the person that originally had it. Don't try to pocket it. And that's sort of what happened.
I'd have been richer if I was standing next to you, Sammy.
I'm sure you would have. I'm sure you would not have an ounce of honesty in you at all. And the guy would have been like, "Oh, I guess it's $4,900. Back to your original price."
I would have told him that Sammy's trying to short you, and I'll lend him the money with a little interest.
Just to kind of look like a good person.
Right.
But all in all, it worked out. And I went back the next day, and the dealer's name was Sean. And I think one of you guys grabbed this card as well. But Sean mentioned that, hey, my wife, who closed the display case and the money went flying, we were busting her chops the entire night about it, and she felt so bad. But I was like, well, if you talk to her, tell her it's all good, because the deal obviously worked out. So
that's awesome.
There you have it. That's the story.
Very nice card.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's huge. I thought I saw Mordecai Brown in the show too.
There is. So that one was in
Henry's case.
Henry's, which I think. So Henry is. I'll just mention he was at the National in Chicago. I think this was his first time, as far as I know, setting up at.
It was.
I was really excited about that, because Henry has a lot of unique pre-war stuff. That's what he's known for. Have any of you guys purchased from him before?
Yeah, I know. I know Joe is good buddies with him. He's from. I always laugh. I always tell Doug, I'm like, you and Joe got all the dealers in Indiana, man. I mean, Chaplin's from Indiana, Garrett's from Indiana, Henry's from Indiana.
Yeah, was Henry from Indiana?
Yeah, Henry's from Indiana. So
yeah, something going on in that state.
Someone else. Who else am I missing, Doug? There's another big dealer.
Who would be missing?
Yeah.
The Chapel.
There's Card Country.
Yeah. Jeff Foy.
Jeff Foy.
Yeah. Guys are stacked up.
Yeah, Indy Card.
Oh, Tony, Monster Cards.
Yeah.
He's from Indy. Yeah. So
Crazy.
So the nice thing is those guys all go to the Chicago Sports Spectacular. So I see them all there, which is nice.
Would you say for collectors? Oh yeah, Bruce brought up JD. If we're forgetting about JD Hackathon.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Yeah. Although I think JD, he does have pre-war stuff, but I think he predominantly focuses on a lot of post-war. I think for the most part.
His corner section always when you go to his table and it makes the L, that's all pre-war on that side.
Yeah, no, he has like a couple of display cases.
Right.
But then the rest of it, I would say, is predominantly like 40s, 50s, and so forth. And
he was banging out the Aurora Visions, baby. I saw a bunch of those.
I saw that. I'm like, well, Jason. He's like, he probably bought those just to see if Jason would bite.
I got them all. I'm good.
Well, there's the encyclopedia. He's here.
There he is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Henry had some really interesting pieces. He had some really rare pieces. So yeah, if I hadn't got the Eddie Collins, I was thinking I was going to go over to his table and look at a few of those cards, but. Yeah, as soon as I got the Collins, I was kind of like, well, that's kind of my show right there.
Where was Henry set up?
He was on the first row in the back.
Yeah, all the way back on the left.
So if you're walking in on the right side, he was all the way in the back on the left side of the aisle.
Got it.
Yeah, he was down from Stan like 2 or 3 tables.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And he's good young kid. He's kind of just making it happen, and a lot of young dealers. Which surprises me. I think that's awesome.
So I like the way he kind of operates. What's that?
I was saying, especially on the vintage side, being a bunch of young dealers.
Right.
The one thing about him that I liked is the way he operates. So an example is he's done this with me. He's done this with, and I think he does this with a lot of collectors. JT, for example, bought the Ty Cobb exhibits from him, and they were. I think he had I don't know. I forgot the exact price, but he had a price on it. JT wanted it lower, obviously. Typical story, typical scenario. So JT wanted it at a certain price. He felt comfortable. He made an offer. He said, "This is where I kind of need to be. This is where I want to be." And so I have no issue at all with dealers looking to make a little bit of money on their cards that they sell. I mean, that's just, they have to stay in business. I get that. And so when, like, I never really hear dealers mention this at shows, so it's kind of nice to see it. But Henry said to him, let me just take a look to see what I bought it for. I definitely bought it below what you're asking. So he looked at it, and I think if I had to guess, he probably made maybe like 50 to $75 on it. It's it wasn't a cheap card, obviously, but I just like the honest interaction there. I like the honesty. I think he actually told him what he bought it for, and he said, that's fine. I can make a little bit on it, and you can get the price you want. So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, I think transparency is really nice for when you get that from a dealer.
You have. I mean, it makes total sense. It's a level of customer service that's not seen as often anymore these days, right? So, I know a lot of dealers would never do that. So, I think it's great. Was it the 21 exhibit that he got? I didn't even see it. Okay.
Yeah, I was with him when he bought it, and so, it's just a good interaction, and I think that just for someone as young as Henry is, I think there's a lot of wisdom there that I think comes out really nicely, and I think that's important, especially for people that don't feel comfortable going up to a dealer's table and negotiating. I mean, there's tons of people that don't like that, and so I think he kind of like put you at ease. He's not going to. If it's not within the price he can do, he'll say, "Oh, I can't do it just because I'm into this on it," and so forth, and not make it tense or awkward.
Didn't somebody? He had it for a while, and I think someone in the community bought it. Didn't he have a 24 Willards, Eddie Collins? I thought I saw someone show that off in one of the videos. 24 is the longer and narrower ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't.
He had one, and someone showed it off. I wanted to see if they got it from him.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, it's a great card. It's a fantastic card.
But I know he'll be back. He'll be back at the National, and he finds cool stuff all the time. So.
Yeah, I think the idea with a lot of dealers is that they can't sell anything that's not setting like a record. Like they want to have the highest next sell, and sometimes the cards, especially condition wise, if it's not great for the grade, to me, it's like, I don't know if you can really set, like do another 20% over the last sales. Is that really reasonable for the card? I think if a dealer is honest about the condition of the card, last sale, and really is honest in their pricing, that's great. But I see a lot of dealers, so sometimes they're very much like, my replacement value. I'd have to pay more than that to even replace it. I'm like, well, is that really part of this conversation of you buying it again versus me buying it right now? I think that I heard that quite a bit. Is like my replacement value would be higher than what you're asking me for, and it could be even over the last comp, right? I offered multiple times at the show over comp prices, and it still didn't move the needle on what they were asking.
Yeah, that shouldn't come. Basically, that shouldn't come into the equation. That is not my issue. That's not that. That's if I'm buying a car, someone's going to say, well, if I'm buying that Ford Explorer, my replacement value on that to get another one in, here's more. I mean, that's insane, right? It doesn't make sense.
I see that from a collector perspective, if you're doing a trade or something like that, but not from a dealer perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of dealers are collectors, though, and you do see sometimes those dealers that love their cards, and making a transaction is painful. The funny one was the guy that came to trade night. He was at the National. I bought the 54 Red Heart from him, and as soon as he saw me, he's like, he still was mad about me buying. I bought this 54 Red Heart off of him. Tell me how he's still can't get over selling it.
Yeah, he was butthurt.
And he loves his cards. If you wouldn't try to price something from him, he priced everything at really high prices, and he's just his point was everything I collected is the best of the best and worth a lot more money than. And I think that's hard for a dealer to buy off of a guy. It's even a collector to buy off someone who loves their card so much that they can't really let him go, and if they get like 150% over what the last comp was.
But I understand if he sold you, if he was so adamant on feeling uncertain about selling the Red Heart, then like why sell it?
Then don't sell it. Exactly.
I don't think he thought Jason would buy it.
Yeah, the money was too high.
Yeah.
So I mean, in essence, you kind of like you got close to what he wanted, I guess, or what
I called his bluff more than that. I think it was such a good card. I called his bluff, and I think he was like, "Oh crap, someone actually is going to buy a card off of me." But it's the guy that had the 61 dice game Stan Musial at trade night.
Oh wow.
Oh,
I know that is.
I did talk to him. I did talk.
And he had
to him.
$70,000 on it, and then someone actually was getting close to his number, and he put $1 million on it.
Yes.
Well, he told me
How much did he have on it?
75,000, I think, originally, and then he told me that someone offered him 100,000 or something.
Yeah, he said no.
You walked over there, didn't you inquire, Aaron?
Well, I was just trying to see the card. I was standing behind somebody that was kind of dominating the time, so I had to give up and go back when it was more crowded. But yeah, I was just curious to see it. You never see that set, so yeah.
Said he got
cool
it
card.
in auction. Yeah, one of a kind. I really don't know how many of those exist. 2, maybe. I don't know.
I think somebody called his bluff on that card, and he put $1 million price tag on it because he was like, I don't want to sell. I mean, why do you even have a price tag on it? Like, what's going on? Right. Why do you have this card here with the number on it?
There he is.
Oh, look at that guy.
Joe.
I know. I'm sure he's busy right now. Or, I mean, busy to a degree.
I was cracking a beer yesterday. Yesterday was Pat's day.
Well, I mean, listen, man. You know, I crack a beer too after the day is over with that. So, but yeah, though I interacted with him a little bit. Nice guy. Just
he's a nice guy.
But,
his kid there with him. I mean, he's a really nice guy.
But yeah, I mean, the Red Heart that you showed, I mean, it's just beautiful centering, beautiful color. So,
so I overpaid for it because I knew like it's hard to get that card in perfect centering and color, and he kind of, I think he was shocked. I think he was sitting in silence for a little while and it was just like, I can't believe someone bought that card. Yeah.
But I mean,
the best would have been if you had it in your case at trade night.
Someone asked about it. Said, "Do you still have that Red Heart?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I'm not selling it."
But I mean, there are Stan Red Hearts out there, are there not?
It's not a super rare card. It's just hard to get centered.
Hard to find centered. So I imagine that's the difficulty, but it's not impossible. I can't say it's impossible, right?
Yeah.
It just might take time, but I guess his regret was that finding one that's centered and could be a challenge.
Yeah.
So,
what were the thought on trade nights, boys? I know I got a rasped for wearing the uniform. The buttons on that uniform were fighting for their life. Thing felt like a wetsuit when I had it on.
I missed the opportunity actually to get me a beer, because you were the waitress of the night.
I was running around taking orders.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it went well. I thought it went really well.
I don't think Aaron sat down. Aaron and Joe didn't sit down all night, so.
Yeah, note to self, you guys can't be by the door next year if you bring in all that heat again.
Yeah.
I'm going to move you down a little bit.
Yeah. I'm out of it, so yeah, next year it'll be a bunch of $100 stuff, and we'll see if anyone wants anything. But yeah, that was really crazy. That literally composed my collection. So I moved a lot.
You say you're out of it, but you have 360 days to reload.
I don't do everything I'm looking at. I was looking, I think maybe the Butterfingers, like the Joe Jackson might have been one of the more common cards I got. I'm trying to get ready for our show. I'm trying to get everything that's,
yeah, fair.
Rather than a Honus Wagner. So yeah. I pretty much had everything that was just super low pop, and that's kind of how I'm just collecting at this point. So yeah, mostly just tough stuff.
I thought it was amazing. Yeah, loved it.
I didn't have a chance to really walk the room too much because Brian and I were sharing the table, obviously, and Brian was walking the room during I would say like the height of it. And so I had to watch his table as well. But then I finally got a chance to walk out. But by the time I walked out, everything was gone. So, but I did come away with, let's see, I came away with the Maze Nabisco flakes, actually in a trade in cash. So that was pretty cool. From the guy next to the Topps Dice Game stand guy.
That's a great set. I love that.
That's a great card.
Yeah, and like I have the Seaver and the Maze. Those are my two guys from this set. So I was like, okay, I think I got a good deal on it. And then I bought this off of Jayhawker, which nice PSA 7 Johnny Bench to add to my inventory. So that's going to be that'll go nice in the display case for Sunday at Garfield's when I set up there.
Nice. Very nice.
Gotta have some Johnny Bench love. Arguably his best card, but some people might say the 69 or the 73 is his best.
I would say 71.
71?
I like
I think
71 too. Yeah, I like it too.
So we had at least 1 or 2 71s in our table, and it moved pretty quickly.
Oh, Steve didn't buy them all?
Steve might have been the one that actually bought them. So.
He is addicted to 71 Topps.
Yeah.
I think he did pretty well at trade night too. I think he was overwhelmed. I didn't think he thought it was going to go that way. And he was engulfed because he brought a lot and people rated him and he was having a hard time keeping up.
There were so many people there.
Yeah.
Yes. I sold cards for the first time.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was epic.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. It was pretty epic.
I walked away with a plastic bottle of mustard. I'm serious. There was a guy going around there was a guy in the room that was wearing this hat, and also I think it was like a wool baseball cap that had a little cartoon drawing of an electric bolt. And I'm like, that's pretty fitting. I work in utilities, so I had to dive in and ask him about that. And it was apparently like some little cartoon drawing that was drawn in the 30s or 40s of like a Alabama, some city in Alabama, their utility. But anyway, we got to talking. Him and Brian got to talking, and then he gave us both a jar of mustard.
Which brand?
I have to. I don't have it in front of me.
Did you ask which brand?
Well, yeah,
it's not weird enough that he's getting mustard at the trade.
Oh
You
man,
gotta know the brand.
Man, Mr. Bay is on fire. It is Ready Kilowatt. That's the name of the cartoon, man. Cartoon character. And Bergman's. It might be Bergman's actually. Now that it's coming back to me, yeah, it might be Bergman's mustard. It has like a little baseball player on the front. So, and the thing is, I don't even like mustard, so. I gave it to my wife when I got home, and I'm like, "Here, you want it?"
Well, didn't Carl end up with that as well?
Bergman's. That's what it is.
He ended up with mustard as well. I know he was handing out
that's why I
Vegemite.
was asking if it was the same guy.
It might, yeah, it probably was, because I mean, if he came away with mustard, then it's, definitely the same person.
I am
Not
pretty
more than
sure
one
there's not
mustard.
3 guys handing out mustard at trade night, so I'm guessing it was the same guy.
Very nice guy, though. Very nice guy.
Did anyone get the sample Vegemite from Carl from Oz? I haven't tried it. It's a little sample Vegemite. I've heard.
I was told by
stories.
Brian as we were leaving the hotel, because he said, yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty salty. I was like, okay, yeah, I don't know.
I'll give it a
I used
go.
to make Vegemite. It was one of the products. Doug, that was one of the products that we made, was the ingredients that went into Vegemite. Yeah.
Right.
And I worked for Doug. Yeah.
A lot of sodium.
But they don't even sell it here, do they? Do they sell it in the States?
I'm sure you can get it somewhere. It's very salty though. It's like
Probably
27.
if you go into like any big city, you'll probably have some shop that sells international food.
Yeah, right.
For sure, like Chicago or New York.
Yep.
We're saving it for our kids to try. Part of homeschooling.
Tell him it's jelly.
Matt.
There's Matt.
Look at that guy.
Matt
Oh
was
yeah,
busted.
yeah.
So if Matt was here, he would still continue to bust Jason's chops the entire weekend about punching in the clock and everything. Jason's working, punching in the clock.
I enjoyed it. That part of the ribbon is what made it fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, would you say? I mean, I didn't feel disconnected from everything that was going on being in the house. I thought
No.
we were, we went to every event. We spent ample time with everybody, and then got to go back to the house and do it all over again with 8 other guys. So I thought it worked out well.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah, that location was amazing. And I was gonna say about trade night, I didn't realize there was food there. So Doug ordered a potbelly sandwich to the event. And
I saw
I
that
walked around and I'm like, oh, there's pizza. Crap. Well, okay. Well, I guess
I will tell you this: you were better off with the sandwiches.
they were good. I was happy with our choice. So
Yeah, it was good.
Ruben, next year the jersey's gonna fit better. I'm going on a mean streak here. We're gonna drop some poundage. I'm gonna get svelty.
You're gonna be like, oh god, what's like Kevin Smith when he was
Right.
Silent Bob, when he was like heavy Silent Bob, and now he's like skinny Silent Bob.
I need to. What's the thing now? The Ozempic. What do they call those? I need some of those GLPs. I need some GLPs.
Now, I mean, it's perfect. I can be like the J because I'm super tall and I just need to grow the hair out a little bit longer.
right.
And dye it blonde, I suppose. But
I'll be the silent one.
what's that? Like $15, little man. Put that in my.
Right.
Oh, such a good movie.
So Matt jumped on. I gotta harass him, but he actually didn't go crazy either. I know he was tied up with a lot of the game.
He was on pause most of the show.
So his hands were tied till 2:30 in the morning on Saturday.
Yeah.
I love it because we went back on Sunday. Matt and I and Joe went back. And I was there for like 40 minutes, and I'm like, I'm already tired. My feet are killing me. It wasn't even an hour. I go in the lunchroom, and Matt's already in the lunchroom sitting down, and I'm like, perfect. So I got to sit. Joe's looking for us. I'm like, we're in the lunchroom, dude. We're all sitting here chilling out.
Awesome. Yeah, I was thinking about that too with the house. Matt is the most like giving. I mean, other than grabbing dinner the one night and whatever else. But I mean,
that was awesome.
He's the one that booked the house. He's the one that got everything set up. He was one of the first ones there, if not first, and he's one of the 2 on a couch. That's good person right there.
Yeah, and he did the same in Cleveland. He did the same thing. I mean, he was, and his family's the same way. His wife was saving spots for us at the show. They were getting air mattresses because at the Cleveland, I mean, you guys have heard it 1,000 times. That house was much, much different than the house we were at. And, we had like 13 guys in there at one point in time, and it was much, much smaller. And, we were all sitting on broken furniture in the living room, and we were on top of each other. I mean, it was a lot different. And I told myself after that, I'll never do it again. And then when we did this, I'm like, all right, we'll do it one more time.
How many rooms are in the house?
This was different though.
Yeah, much.
Nice.
There were 4 bedrooms upstairs, but I mean there were like 3 couches down in the living room area, and then there was a huge pit couch downstairs. We didn't even go downstairs, and they had a pool table, they had a poker table. Right. I mean, we didn't even really venture down there, and that's that would have fit 2 people down there, and it had a bathroom downstairs. There were 3 bathrooms. I don't even remember, 2 or 3. Yeah. So
did anybody hop on the VR?
What's that? No, did you? That'd have been your territory, dude.
No, not mine.
You should have jumped on it. That VR
like
slaps, Kyle.
It should be like a VR game called Card Show where you watch.
No, there is one.
That's crazy. Is there really one?
So there is. I don't know if it's necessarily VR, but there is like a Xbox or PlayStation game that's a TCG shop or a card shop. But and you can run your own card shop. Joe should do it. Because Joe is having so much fun selling.
Joe's the most excited Joe was when trade night kicked off, man. You and me and Matt were sitting together, Kyle. I said, look at him. He's got like his game face on.
Yeah, he was in the zone.
Let's go. I'm selling. I'm gonna make some money. Let's go. So It was interesting.
It's a lot of
is
money
funny.
to be had.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
If you guys get that
Yeah.
if you guys get that house next year, contact the owner now. Tell him, hey, we'll chip in a couple bucks if you widen the driveway for another car or two.
Right. Because there's no
I-
street park. There was no street parking. That was the
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah.
I had a question for you guys, like, because me and Doug talked about this on the way back. Do you think the combining the shows helped the Strongsville show, or do you think if that space was just vintage, it would have been a better show? Because there was pros and cons to it. I had a good time on the other side because I collect 90s cards, so I was able to pick up some really nice cards there. But I don't know, like, do you feel like the combining that show helped the Strongsville show?
it didn't hurt. I mean, for me, it felt like it was, both shows existed. Nothing really interfered with anything else. And if anything, I mean, it didn't hurt it. It felt like a well operated run show. I mean, the parking, obviously everyone's talking about it, but the way I see it is their first time, at least Strongsville doing it, or them combining forces. But I'll give them credit, man. I mean, even with the parking situation, they had people out in golf carts fetching people.
And it was free. And it was free.
Yeah, I got to give them credit, man. I think they did a really solid job.
When you go to the National this year, they just upped the parking in that garage by $15. I think it's gonna be like, I thought it was 30. I think it's 40 or 45 to park in there now.
Oh my.
Yeah. I was just gonna say the valet parking was $7 too. So when Saturday morning I had a headache, whatever, I kind of was a loser and stayed back at the house for a few extra minutes. But when I went there, I'm like, I have like 2 hours to be here. I see Rocket Rick walking from, parked a little bit further away. So I said, just hop in. He said, where are you going? I said, I think just valet parking. Because, I mean, by the time you drive around for 15 minutes and then you park 10 minutes away, you just lost half an hour out of your 2 hours. I'm like, for $7, it's a win. So we just pulled up, jumped out, here's $7, and I'll see you in a couple hours. That's not a bad option.
No.
Yeah, not a bad option.
20 at Rosemont. There, Joe knows. Joe's got the numbers. It was 15 or 10 then before, I think.
Yeah.
Still
Greeny
$20
was
a
on
day to park.
Live stream the other night talking about next year and how they've already contacted the city. There's lots within the vicinity that they can get access to from the city, from what they've heard, and that they would have more carts, more valet options, all that stuff. So parking next year should even, it should increase. It's not exactly close, but at least it'll increase. So
yeah, that's good.
And I know, like, as far as combining the show, I think it introduced a lot of people. Like, if you go to National or just go to any show that has vintage, you're walking around. If you don't collect vintage, you're looking for the shiny stuff and skipping right over the modern stuff, and it's all intermingled. So with this show, you could hit the modern side, look to see what you need, and then go explore. And all you had on the vintage side was vintage. And that was your focus when you were over there. And I think it exposed a lot of people to that world that otherwise wouldn't be exposed. And that's half the battle.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point.
Well, I think with all the skeptics going into it, I think a lot of people came out better, feeling better about it.
Yeah, I agree.
But all right, guys, I think we've kind of hit the plateau for the night. So is there anything else anybody wanted to mention before we finish?
No, I'm all good. It was a good time. I'm hoping, we already talked when we were leaving. We're doing it next year, same place if we can. So same people.
Looking forward to it.
Yep.
I think we'll do cardboard and cold ones back at the house this time.
Right. Well, depending on who's in and who's out, we got to slide you in, Sammy.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
We'll slide you in, and B-Roth had to. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. And
me too.
Good friends, so that was cool.
It was awesome.
Thanks for having me over, guys. It was great. I appreciated it.
No problem, guys.
You're locked into the nerd crew now, Jason.
But thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thanks everybody in the chat. We'll see you soon. Have a good rest of your night and good start to your weekend. Take care. And this one's taking a little bit longer to end.